Okay, now, the reason why it's so hard for some of us to believe in God is because of our reputation, our pride. We've told certain people about things about God before, and it's become part of who we are. So when our time comes and God ordains a time for us to accept Him, we turn it down because of certain things we told people about God in the past. Also because of ignorance, we would rather live our lives the way we want to live it and take our chances because our lives are so, in our eyes, so great, and so that's why it's so hard for some people to enter the kingdom of heaven, is because their life and their is so valuable to this world that they can't give it up for God. I want to touch a point. The way that we perceive our outlook and how we perceive the world isn't what it really is. We've been deceived and manipulated by a demonic being that manifests in our thoughts. We can't distinguish between our thoughts and his thoughts, and that's how he says such a strong pull in society. He manifests in the thoughts. So, what it boils down to is that how we see the world and our outlook on it isn't what it really is. We think this world is about college. We think it's a playground. We think life's a playground. We think we can do whatever we want to do, when life has value to it and very precious. We we think life's become about sports. It's deep, but what it boils down to is that everybody's trying to make themselves to be something that they want people to perceive them as. It's not who they are, but it's who they want to be, you know? It's like the reason why my pants sag is because his pants are sagging. The reason why I have earrings in my ears is because he has earrings in his ears. The reason why I have a nose piercing is because he has a nose piercing. And what happens is we begin to take the things of this world and begin to apply them to us, and we begin to put them together for us, so we become this person that we want to be, not who we really are. Because deep down inside, every single one of you watching this video can be strong, can be whatever you want. You can be tough, you can be real, but deep down inside, you're scared. You're a scared little boy. You're afraid of how people look at you so much that you've gone to such an extraordinary extent in order to please your friends, to please everybody around you, and you've lost sight of what's true. You've lost sight of how your mother looks at you. You don't even care how your own mom looks at you, because you've taken so much of your time and so much of your brain use and applied it to pleasing your friends and becoming this person that you're really not, that you just want to be. What I'm trying to tell you is that who are you trying to make yourself to be, and who are you truly trying to please? Are you so scared about what people think that you can't deny yourself and pick up your cross to serve Jesus? Because you may know God's real, but you're not serving Him. Why aren't you serving Him? Because you're afraid of what people will think about you. Our reputation is our pride. It's the same thing. And with me, I've had a very valuable reputation. I was very good at making people think that I was something I wasn't, and it's the same reputation that everybody wanted. I mastered it, but God knows my heart. It's foolishness, and I threw it all away. And the reason why is because I found out God was real, and I found out Jesus is the Son of God. And what happened is I began to humilify myself willingly deny myself, dance in the road because I know God's real, and I stopped caring about what people think about me. It's like I'm trapped. It's like we're all trapped. You're trapped by cigarettes, you're trapped by marijuana, you're trapped by what people think about you that you can't escape. And you can't experience the fullness of and the joys of life because you're so worried about how people look at you that you are afraid to move this way because she might see me, and you're afraid to jump because... What I'm trying to tell you is that we need to break free of this bondage. In society, people will never tear down their reputation. It's everything that it's like their whole life. It's what their whole world revolves around. It's who they've made themselves to be, and their foundation is built upon their clothes, their talk, their walk, and everything that they are is everything that they've made themselves to be, and it's what their world revolves around, and it's what their life is. So when something comes against that, it's like their world comes crashing down. What I'm trying to tell you is that I willingly humilify myself and deny myself and tuck my shirt in so I can please God, because I know that I can't please you and please God and serve God at the same time. I can't continue to please my friends and serve God at the same time. I have to either serve God or please my friends. It's a one foot in, one foot out. Make the decision. Make up in your mind. Am I going to continue to sit in here and continue to make myself to be something that I'm really not because I'm afraid of what people think about me? Am I going to continue to take part in the folly and the fullness within this world because it's all I know and all that I think this world is, but when there's something so much greater? What I'm trying to tell you is that in society, people never come against a reputation. The only way they tear down the reputation, humilify themselves, is one, to make a new reputation because the first reputation they had wasn't acceptable to society, or, or because they have gone mad and they can't help to deny themselves and humilify themselves and deny their reputation. So did you catch that? In society, the only way people humilify themselves and deny themselves is to make a new reputation because the first one they had wasn't acceptable to society, or it wasn't pleasing to certain people that they want to please now. So they shift to a new person, or because they can't help themselves. Nobody in society willingly humilifies themselves but me. The reason why I do this, so I can please God. I can't please you people and serve God at the same time. I'm going to serve God and you're going to continue to please people unless you can find an inner strength, get the courage and brave enough to make a stand and stop taking part in the world system. Do you want to, I don't know how to put it, but what I'm trying to tell you is that I purposely humilify myself so I can please God and stop trying to please you people. I don't want to take part in what you people do and die in it. I want to serve Christ, and I didn't choose this. So many people watch this video saw who I used to be. My dreams in life were the same dreams you had. I wanted to smoke weed and die smoking weed. I want to get all the women I could get and die in women. But God had a different plan for my life. God had a calling on me, and He wanted to use me to make an example of me, showing me, oh, this is Hodgman, this boy you look up to, this is who you think's the realest, this is who you think's the coolest, look what I've done with him. He's mine now. And I'm property of Jesus Christ now. And God can do the same thing with you. All you got to do is, you don't even have to want it. If you're called, it's going to come to pass. You have a calling on your life. But you have to want it in order to receive it. You have to want God's calling on your life. So, the reason why it's so hard for some of us to believe in God is because we've told certain people about God in the past and it's become part of who we are. And then when a time comes where God ordains someone to come and speak to us, we can't humble ourselves and deny what we've told people in the past. Ignorance too. Imagine if I said, I just encountered God, and I ran up to it and I said, I just encountered God. All you got to do is go to the beach and call on Him. Humble yourself and call on Him. Beach, I'm just saying, it's like the beach is down the street. All you got to do is go down the street, and but out of people's pride, oh no, God's not real because I told my homeboy last week, this is why I don't believe in God, so now it's part of who I am, and I can't humble myself. What if the same person I made this huge thing about why God isn't real now sees me serving God? It's gonna humilify me. I don't want to humilify myself. I have a reputation I got to hold up. But guess what? If you can't humble yourself, you can't enter the kingdom. Jesus said, unless you become like the little children, you cannot inherit the kingdom. What are little children? They're humble. They don't care about what people think about them. What I'm trying to tell you is this. You can either stay trapped into this world system and stay trapped and stay scared, or you can step up to the plate and man up and deny yourself and serve Christ. We'll never be set free unless we serve God. We'll continue to feel these empty feelings in life. We'll continue to be boarding His emptiness. I haven't felt bored. You don't understand how God works. He fills you. There's an empty void inside of us that we're all trying to fill. We try to fill it with video games. We try to fill it with weed. We try to fill it with parties and a whole bunch of different stuff. But we're always, at the end of the day, going to feel bored. We're always going to feel empty in life until we serve God, and then that feeling, we become filled. It's just like when you eat food. When you eat food, you have it only for a moment, and then you're hungry again. Those feelings and emotions you have, and those video games and all this parties are only for a moment. After you're hungry, and God's water, His food is forever. It's everlasting. I mean, I'm just gonna stop here and just tell you that when I run up to you and I say, all you gotta do is go down to the street and call on God, you refuse to do it because of your ignorance, and you'd rather take your chances and live life the way you want to live it than to humble yourself and call on God. So, this also has a demonic pull. The thoughts and your world is so, your orbit around your life is so tight that you wouldn't even give it up if you saw the miracles. Not even see the miracles. We just come to a state of denial because we want to believe it. We want to see what we want to see. We want to believe what we want to believe. We want to believe anything that's going to affect the way that we live our lives. I'm going to stop the video here. People, step up to the plate and stop trying to please other people and serve God. I say this in every video. Not everybody who says, Lord, Lord, is going to inherit the kingdom, but those who submit to God's perfect will. Call on God and submit to his perfect will. And if you don't, you're going to end up perishing with the wicked. That's it. Man, I hope you guys get it. God bless you.